Hi everybody! Today I'm going to be introducing you to an awesome tool called Popplet, which you can access from popplet.com, that is a visual or graphic organizer of information. It can help you make some flowcharts, concept maps, show connections between ideas, or take what would otherwise be a dull and boring summary of writing and help make it a little bit more interesting to your audience. First, a little bit about how Popplet works. When you get started with Popplet, you put an item in by going here and adding a new Popplet. When you do this, you can add text. You can change the size of the text. So here, if I click, whoop, where'd that one go? Let's try again. It's hiding behind my head. When you put in a new Popplet, and there, I'll move me out of the way for a minute. You can type in text. You can change the color and the size of the text. You can change the color of the box. You can draw things by holding down with your mouse, or you can upload things like a video or a picture. If I wanted to say add the Georgia Southern logo to my screen. In these boxes then, I've put some examples of places where I've put images, text, links to hyperlinks so you can get to other places. And you can use Popplet to help make an idea and kind of show how the connections work. If you double click on a Popplet, like I did, or double click, it'll zoom you in a little bit so you can see it clearer and be able to do some editing. Or if you decide you don't want that, just click out. You can make sure that you can view the whole Popplet in here, and here's your extra things. If you decide you don't want the Popplet, you can just click the X at the top, and it'll ask, do you really want to take that out? And in this case, yep, I'm going to delete some of these extra things I made to demonstrate it for you, and then I can click and drag the Popplet back in here. If you want to make the Popplet connect to different things, you click on it, and one of these little links on the side you can click and drag to show, hey, this connects to that thing. If you change your mind, you can take that link back out. But overall, Popplet gives you a nice way, again, to show visual connections between things. Now, the second part I'm going to do is demonstrate how you can use the screencast or narrating to make your Popplet assignment a little bit more interactive. So please note, you do not have to screencast with this assignment, but you may, and it's a good suggestion for you to explain a little bit more of some of what your key points mean. If you decide not to screencast or talk your reader through your Popplet, then make sure that your Popplet really has complete descriptions of what it is that you want to do and why, since this is one of your summative assignments. So you want to make sure you've got some pretty good listings of what each goal is. Your job is to make 3 goals that you want to do before you graduate. Make clear why that would be good for you or why you want to do that particular thing. And make sure that it's got some specificity to it. So if I'm going to say I want to demonstrate student leadership, I've shown that I've found a way on campus I can explore those possibilities. If I'm thinking about joining the honors program to do research, I've looked up possibilities to do research. If I'm talking about an internship, I've considered a couple of possibilities for how I could make that happen. So again, I want to see the goals, but I want to see that you've started to explore their goals. Right? Maybe some ways to make that happen and some reasons why you should be doing that good thing. So, for example, I have created this Popplet as if these were my 3 goals before I graduated college from Georgia Southern. I'm going to describe each of these just a little bit more to you today. My 3 goals are to demonstrate student leadership, join the university honors program, and secure an internship. My first goal then is to see about demonstrating student leadership. In high school, I was pretty involved with clubs and sports and different things, but perhaps maybe I haven't really made time to do that yet in college because I've been getting used to the rigor of new college classes, working a part-time job, and taking care of my family. So while I know that being involved on campus is important, I just plain haven't gotten around to it. So the first step I need to do is explore different opportunities and organizations that exist through campus. I know I could go to my involvement to find different things, to find out about what's out there, or maybe even see if I need to start my own group. The other reason I know it's important to get involved on campus is that employers really want to see specific examples when you make claims. So if they ask me if I'm a good leader and I say yes, I better have some specific examples of how I'm going to demonstrate leadership, either during college or through my work experiences. So I think this would be good for me. I think it would also help me make connections on campus, maybe make some friends and find ways to feel more at home here. The second aspect I want to do is secure an internship. I know that getting an internship really helps my chances of getting a job and perhaps of getting into graduate school if clinical work, counseling, or something in that realm with a nonprofit is part of what I want to do. It gives me the practical experience in the area where I want to work. I'm considering an internship, but I'm not sure if it's an option. But I think an internship would help me in a couple of different ways. And I have listed a couple of places because I went to the Serve 912 website through Georgia Southern to find out community partners in the area and picked a few that sound interesting to me. If I am pretty sure I want to make counseling what I want to do with my life, and I love helping people and I'm a listener that people come to, I still need to have practice at that kind of skill so that I know if I want to do that kind of job full time and get paid for it. And if I can find ways that would help me get practice. The last thing I want to do is look into the University Honors Program. I know that I have to get involved in this program in my first couple of years at Georgia Southern, ideally, and I think it would be a good way to help give me research experience. I like the idea of research, but I'm not really sure how to get started, and I think joining the Honors Program could help me get involved in a lab, like Dr. Bulla's research with sea turtles, and see if it's a good fit for me. The honors program can also help me stand out from my peers because I know not everybody can get into it. So if I have a good grade point average and I'm showing extra initiative by taking on more than just my classes, that can look really good to employers and graduate schools and help me build my resume. It also might help me build relationships with faculty who are going to write recommendation letters for me when I graduate if I've done a good job for them. So I need to have some individual experiences and have faculty partners to work with that will help me get to know people individually and for them to know me for those recommendation letters. So if you are a student looking at my presentation, now with the Popplet I've done, you could know more about the honors program, what kinds of things you can do, and where to find it. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my 3 goals before I graduate college. I hope this is giving you a way to get to know me a little bit more and to find out about some opportunities that might be available for you as well.